What's up, guys? What's up? What up, Lean and Mean? How are we doing? Shee. 2023, new day, new year, not a new me. I don't do New Year's resolutions. I found that, I don't know, I never really hold up to those things very good. I never, I don't know, they're just always kind of outlandish. And how many of you guys got resolutions? Put them in the comments because I don't do those anymore. And it's just, I think they're kind of funny. But I wanted to do this live today for you guys. What's up? Who's in the comments here? I got some comment. What up, Truth Seeker? What's up? Because, dude, I've had this book right here for, sheesh, man, probably over 15 years now. And I want to talk to you today about the second chapter of this book because, and that's good. Facebook user, I can't see your name, but if you're, you got to put your name in there so I can see you. But I agree with you. The chapter 2 of Think and Grow Rich. Now, for a lot of you guys, I know you haven't even read this book, and that's an issue. I got a problem with that, mainly because this is kind of the entry level. This is the intro. It's very profound. It's very old, but I wanted to do a live today about specifically chapter 2 and the power of the mastermind. All right. I'm going to get to your comments, guys. If you have any questions or anything, hit me up in the comments and I'll answer them for you. But let me go here. I got some notes on chapter 2. I didn't understand what it really was conveying when I was 19 when I read this book, because I was in a network marketing company. I had like a little landscape business, and then a buddy of mine from high school rolled up in a Porsche, Kevin Moeller. And I saw him at Walmart. We had played paintball together and kind of semi-pro. Obviously, we're in Alabama, so there's not a lot of infrastructure for paintball. But I had toured with a team, and we had done some of the PSP events and stuff like that. We were amateurs, if you will. That's basically what we were. But he showed up at Walmart and was buying a Valentine's card for his then girlfriend. And all I saw was the Porsche, right? I was like, what's up, cuz? All right, tell me how you got that. And we were both, 19, 20 years old. I was driving around a Gasser it was like a big block 460 F350 flatbed I had for my little landscape company that I was running. And this dude was driving a freaking Porsche. And I was like, all right, either in Alabama, people don't drive a lot of Porsches where I'm from. So I was like, either you're selling drugs, which I don't think that because I know your personality, or you're doing something that I want to be interested in. So he said, sure, man, I'll show it to you. And this started me down the rabbit hole of personal development, and it had changed my life. I will tell you, I know a lot of people use that as a kind of a cliche, but personal development truly changed my life and has set me in a position that it got me through really tough times for the last 5 years, but it's also kind of crafted me into a human who I'm proud to say that I'm able to take action on things, and I walk the talk. A lot of times, maybe you can relate that you have these aspirations. I know people like this, and some of them are related to me, is they have an aspiration and they're writing down all these goals and they're reading all these books and they're seeking out, they're watching all the YouTubes of all the influencer guys who are talking about business and stuff. And they're still not getting anywhere. It's been 5 years and nothing has changed for them. And I've always really wanted to be a student of why that is. Like, I look at, because they're close to me, some of them are my relatives, and I'm like, why is that the case? Why is this person really diligent in their study and interested in learning more, but he's not financially better off than he was. He's actually maybe even in a worse position. Knows all the books, knows all the stuff. And I think it's chapter 2. Let me correct myself here. I've took a few little notes. It's the power of the mastermind. And this is like one of the, I hate the way it sounds because mastermind, at least in guru land, is so hammered by all these guys that it's just like, I'm tired of hearing the word mastermind. But Napoleon Hill is one of the first people who I read it from. And I didn't understand when I was 19 what that meant, because to me, it was hanging around a bunch of network marketers. And at that time, those were the most successful guys that I had been around. Alabama doesn't have a lot of young money. That's one thing Alabama doesn't have. It doesn't have young hustler money that you can get close to, or you can go to a club and be around it, or you can even pay for access. A lot of the money that is in Alabama is old money, and it's like industrial type money. Any guy, or insurance money. Down where I'm from, guys get money from, selling insurance. Catastrophe insurance is huge because of the hurricanes down there. And these are the people, but they're all very secluded, and you can't even talk to them. You can't get around them. You can't mastermind with them and get close even to their kids. They all just wear little polos and drive F-350s, and they do what their dad did, right? They run that business, and you're never going to get close to them unless you have a polo horse, right? Polo. And you can afford that $500,000 horse to be around those people. It's like just not going to happen. And I talked about this with Pierce, my brother. We're talking about some of the masterminds that I'm a part of here, the club that I'm a part of. And he agrees. It's one of those things that it's like, why don't we have more of that young money, young hustle? My friend texts me. If he texts me again, I'm going to kick him in the head. And it's nobody you guys know. It's like just blowing me up here. But why don't we have more access to that? What's the issue? But I want to tell you, like, some of you guys have watched the Core 4 on YouTube, right? And let's talk about the power of the mastermind and what that is. And before I jump into this, what is up, Midtown? What's up? Good old-fashioned tow talk, truck talks. How to think and grow rich. Used to pay for the team. Yeah. Team 65 South back in 08. You're damn right. What up, Ben? What up, guys? Here we go. Oh, before I jump into this, WashCon Live, go there. Get your tickets for the event February 10th and 11th at Southeast Off Wash HQ. If you're not going to be there, you're going to be square, my friend. I look to see all you guys there. But what has the Core 4 done, right? The Core 4 is that situation. It's that mastermind. It's 4 guys. And really what I want to talk about is, what are those guys? Okay, what attributes do they have? So you can kind of look into your environment where you are and attach yourself to some of these people. And it doesn't even have to be in pressure washing. They could be in real estate. They could be in HVAC. They could be in anything. But what are the attributes that these people have that you need to have an eye out for? Because truly, man, where I'm from, dude, people are just, they're slow, not necessarily all of them mentally, they're not, but they are slow to take action. And that is the number one thing that I would say that the Core 4 has. Like, you guys have seen some of this stuff that's come out this year, the Batch Buster valve system, this down to Quote IQ with Mike and Justin. I mean, even my favorite titanium tips. I got some custom ones made. These released this year. No one says, "You mad, bro?" And then, like, if he's really mad, then we say, "Oh, he's big mad." And then if he's like, "Nah, man, I'm not big mad. I'm just a little mad," I say, "Okay, you little mad." Just like fun innovations that we've made. This is huge. But what really, how does this come to be? Because this was a 2-year run. A lot of people don't know that. Innovating this, making sure it's like a tank, making sure that it does what we want it to do, that it's smooth when you turn it, right? That it accurately meters. Like a lot of the things guys don't understand that this is a product of the mastermind. This is a product of constant chatting with guys who are hustlers, guys who are getting it done, guys who are willing to implement, willing to take the flaming arrows, if you will, from the trolls on YouTube or the cesspool of Facebook, right? Willing to just bulldoze. That's simply it. Just willing to bulldoze. We do not care what anyone thinks. We do not care about the hate, about the trolls, about anything like that. And that, I think, like the ability to take action very quickly, Justin's really good at this. Justin Rogers, dude will do like implements today. And one of the cool things about Justin, Mike's good at this, Cody's good at this. Shit, I guess we're all good at this. But it's like when we have an idea, they're very possibility driven people. Okay. When you're like, hey, let's try this. What's this? Well, let's see if we can build this. Like, yep, all right, cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Like, have you ever met somebody in your small town who is just like constant? It's like everything you say is almost impossible to them. Comment below if you know these type of people. Like everything you say, you have an idea and you're like, hey, what about this? And they're, oh, well, you're going to have to do this and do that. And then it's going to probably fail if you do that. And then, then you got all them licenses and all that stuff. And then the government will come for you if you do. This was like the group that I was around as a kid. And it's like truly poisonous. And I wanted to make this live for you guys to say, like, this should be your 2023 resolution. Is to find the hustlers in your area and start building a mastermind group of the young guns, the guys who are moving fast. And you can feel it. You can feel it when you're around one of them. You feel the buzz. You feel how they are, how quick they are to say no, how quick they are to say yes, let's do it. Like, you understand that. You understand that the people who you were around as a kid and around in school is that's right, go bro. Those people, they always have a reason why it's not going to work. They always have a reason of why it's going to cost too much. Why, right? They have no long-term idea of what something could become, right? Or they want to do something that's not going to make very much money, but it's going to be a shit ton of work, right? They're like, and they feel like that's a noble thing, to work their ass off into the ground and not make any money. You got to get away, kind of part ways with these people and get around with people who are figuring out how to streamline it. Now, WashCon, we're going to talk a lot about that. Go to washconlive.com. I think there's a few VIP tickets left. What up, Bayside? There's some regular tickets left for sure, but it will sell out. But this is what that is. Okay. I will tell you now, I'm a part of a mastermind here in Nashville that I pay about $4,000 a year to be a part of. And that's just to be a part of it, to be in the door. Okay. Now I'll probably spend another, I don't know, 4 or 5 when I'm there. Okay. When I'm there hanging and talking and obviously smoking cigars. So it's probably about a 10 grand a year thing. Right. So paying for that access, paying to be around this. The cool thing is like Ben Wilson, Elijah Gans down in South Carolina doubled his business last year. Elijah came to WashCon last year, and he's now bringing his son and coming again this year. And so what we're going to do, here's the thing. You're going to get around me, Cody, Justin, Mike. And here's what I want you to pick up on when you're there. I want you to pick up on not just what we're talking about, because there's going to be hang time because we're at Cody's Southeast Soft Wash. We're going to hang. I want you to pick up on how we talk to each other, how we move. This is something you should take note of people who are innovating and doing big things in an industry. It's how they talk about possibilities, how they chastise like stupid shit. Like they do not waste any time with bullshit. All right. Those are the guys who you want to get around. You don't want to get around the guy who's, look, some of these people are good people. I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm just talking about with your business and when you're hustling, is that you want to get around those guys who almost don't have time for you, right? Those are the guys you want to become friends with. The guys who early on, you can barely get a meeting with him, but he's like, bro, I'm going to get with you, dude. I'm cranking over here. You want to get around those guys who are making the money, who are doing the thing that you want to do, who have more than you currently. Figure out what they're listening to, figure out what they're reading, right? This is one of the elementary, this is the first book everybody reads. Dude, I got a whole damn bookcase over there full of stuff that you guys could tune into. But the power of the mastermind and getting around these people, me getting around Kevin at 17 took me from just a service industry mindset, right? Which is like just work my ass off forever in the heat mowing grass. And it showed me that leverage and building a team in network marketing, a lot of people hate that. But what I learned, dude, all the books that I read is priceless. The people I was around was priceless because they were possibility driven people. They believed we could do it. Years ago, dude, I wrote down in my journal when I was in music, I wanted to do a record with Mutt Lange. Mutt Lange is one of the biggest producers in the history of time. He's produced AC/DC, Shania Twain, some of the biggest stuff. And when I was in music and I first got to Nashville, I wrote down Mutt Lange is my producer in ink, okay, in my journal. Not probably 6 months later, Bruce Allen, Mutt Lange's manager, was flying me to New York to meet Mutt Lange and sit down and chat about doing a record. Now, when I got there, there was a Universal UK guy there as well. I forgot his name. But Mutt and I sat down for like, I don't know, 3-4 hours and listened to every song he had wrote for this record that he wanted to plug a guy into. Now, I'm telling you this is because I was getting around people who were action takers, who were movers, shakers. They were making shit happen. And I told them what I wanted to do. This is the second key. Get around the people. Second key is tell them what you want to do. A lot of times we hold this stuff inside. We kind of keep our intentions, we keep them behind closed doors. I don't know why. Maybe we're scared to write a contract to ourselves, or scared to be turned down, or scared to be told that's stupid. It's probably it. I get that. I understand because I've been there. But what I have found is when I call Cody or when I call Mike, Justin, and I say, hey, here's an idea. I got an idea. And they go, hell yeah, let's do it. This stuff. This is what happens, bro. Like, we got some stuff coming out in this year that's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind what is coming. And it's all because I'm around results-oriented people who are movers, shakers, people who are going to do it. We're not talking shit. We're doing it. And this, let me tell you, this is why it's when you start getting around those people, you'll start developing a little set of haters, right? You will. Because dogs do not bark at parked cars. A dog refuses to get up and bark at a parked car. All right. If you're going somewhere, you're cranking, dude, you are going to attract a set of haters. Hopefully that group builds, but no one is going to shit on you if you're not going and doing things. All right. So be willing to stir the pot in your area. Be willing to become, outspoken about what you believe in and what you want to do. This is the biggest thing. Get around the mastermind and then tell the mastermind what you're going to do. It's not, I hope to do it. It's not, I plan on doing it. New Year's resolution bullshit, right? Like, everyone fails at New Year's resolutions. No. Like, some of this stuff, now it's got to a point with the core 4 that, like, we can just say a sentence and that shit's put into motion. You see? Usually it comes in the form of like writing a check, to somebody, but which is good. I want to write bigger checks. I want to write bigger checks, man. That's what I want to do in 2023. I want to write the $500,000 check this year. That's what I want to write, because what I found is the bigger checks I write, the more money I make, bar none. It's been a direct correlation. The bigger checks I write on marketing, the more money we make. Okay, the bigger checks I write on innovation and inventions, the more money we make. Okay, and so tap into this book and get around the right people. If you don't have your WashCon ticket, get it, because TC's my man. TC's came to WashCon last year, bro, way up in Rhode Island. TC's my boy. Oh man. What's another great book? David and Goliath. Malcolm Gladwell's a good book. Talks about the story of David and Goliath and how easy it actually was for David, because he was so skilled at local radio, super nerd. Yes, dude. Yes. Yes, bro. All right. So here's how I know we're on to something, is when I have like that little anxiety about it. I have like, it's almost like talking to a pretty girl. That's what it is. Like that little bit of fear, that little bit of this could work or this could not. That is where the magic is made. There's like this little blip of magic. And if you're over here in comfort land, you don't feel any of that. And it's just the same routine. Okay. I don't know who you are. You sent me a message, so I don't know. It depends on what you said, whether I responded or not. But find a way. Like, who are the people in your area? How do we just call them up? Like, call one up today and say, "Hey, man, I own a pressure washing business down here, and we're cranking. I want to sit down with you and kind of, chat, collaborate, learn about your business, and see how we can make some money together." That's my favorite line. This line has also been a huge proponent in my life. I called Cody years ago. I said, "Hey, man, how do we make money together?" And what did that spawn? That spawned a lot that y'all haven't seen, a lot that you have seen. But what it has done is it's taken us down a rabbit hole of innovation, of ideas, of possibilities, of writing checks, of getting it done, of shipping. This took 2 years. 2 years and 2 failures within that process. Okay, like when I say failures, dude, I'm talking about like all the money you just spent is gone. Start over. That's what I mean by failure. All right. So I'm not going to tell you that it's going to be easy, but I am going to tell you that if you get around the right people, you eventually will be able to ship whatever idea you have. And that's the key. The key is getting around the right people. I don't know who's in your area, obviously. When and where's the next WashCon? Muhammad said it is at Southeast Soft Wash HQ headquarters. So he's going to have a ton of equipment. He's, like as Cody said in the previous, he's not there to sell you equipment. It's just a great event space. He has a lot of room there in his shop, and we're going to have WashCon there. We're going to have it all set up. We're going to have hangs after the deal. We're going to have 1 day of training. The next day is for VIP. Mike Vadan, Justin Rogers, Cody Yarbrough, and myself are going to be training. I'm going to be really training on website long game stuff. I'm going to be bringing it this year. Okay. I'm going to be diving into it pretty deep. I want to overwhelm you a little bit to where you leave and you're like, well, shit, I either need to write the check to somebody to do this, or I need to dive deeper into what I'm going to teach you. Mike's going to teach you about automation. Cody's got some hands-on stuff we're going to do. And Justin's going to be teaching you all about how he has conquered the social media game. Justin is one of those guys, he's like kind of an elusive guy in this world. He's not elusive that he's hard to find. He's the last person who's hard to find. Okay. But a lot of pressure washing guys discount, and service guys discount Justin because he doesn't have a big truck or 5 trucks or 10 trucks, but he has well over 1 billion views on social media. So it's definitely something that you should tap into, that mastermind, tap into what Justin has to say, hang with him, learn how he moves, listen to what he says. And I will tell you, listen to what Justin says, not just in the presentation, but after the fact. Like when you're hanging, when we're on like a little hang after the deal. What up, Mike? Listen to what he tells you after the fact if you get some time with him. Okay. VIP second day is going to be like us diving into your business. You're going to get a lot of time with us that second day. So it's going to be packed. We're going to be working hard. Those days are always really fun, but they're always very tiring because we just nonstop for 2 days. So come to WashCon, get your tickets, washconlive.com. But that's what I wanted to tell you is tap into the mastermind. I urge you to get the book, Think and Grow Rich. I really do. I urge you to find summaries on it, but I also urge you not to listen to it. I know some of you guys, y'all go, I know. See, I know a toe. I know the heart of a toe. And you're going to tell me I got Audible. I'll listen to it. No, bitch. No, you will not. You're going to read the damn book. That's what you're going to do. And it's going to take you some time. And what you're going to do is you're going to commit to 5 to 10 pages a day. If you commit to 5 to 10 pages, you take that many shits. Okay? You take that many shits. All right? I know you do. Unless you just stopped up. All right? Unless you've just been eating pizza for 3 weeks. You take enough shits to read Think and Grow Rich. All right? Commit to it. It's one of the entry-level books, but it's one of the most profound books. And I don't say entry-level. I just say entry-level probably because it's one of the top-selling books ever. So it's everywhere. You could probably get it at the freaking flea market or at the little used bookstore for 50 cents. But how many of you are going to do it? How many books are you going to commit to reading, dude? This stuff had changed my life. What's another one? The Tao Te Ching. That's a good one. Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. That's a great book. This is a book. This is about a $200 book right here. $200? $200 book? Dang, God. The hell? Yeah, you damn right. It's $200. Probably more than that. I don't know what it was. It was definitely well over 150. Great book. Breakthrough Advertising. Eugene Schwartz. Okay. Profit First. Profit First is a good book. That's a little mind changer. Okay. That's a little game changer because you start figuring out how to pay yourself first. Right. See, a lot of guys, they don't know. I still use Capital. I don't use it as much now, but my first business, there's an app called Capital. It's spelled with a Q. Capital. Spelled with a Q. I use that app exclusively to keep my my money in check. Because the first year, dude, I was broke as shit, right? So I didn't have the money to pay taxes the next year. I had spent all the money. So my accountant said, all right, well, now you owe penalties and you owe taxes for this year. So my second year in business, I got slammed with 2 tax bills. And one was stacked with penalties because I didn't file the year before. So I got Capital, that little app. It's like it's a free app. This shit's free. Okay. And it changed the game for me. Like I hate that it's so stupid. I wish it was a little more complicated that I could give you a process for it. But it was me downloading it. And then I set it for 20% of every deposit that went into that bank account. Okay. It would draft 20% and put it into a separate account for taxes. Every year after that, I had a surplus because of all my write-offs. That 20% of the gross was way more than I needed to pay my taxes. Okay. I probably paid half of that 20% that I saved because I had a ton of write-offs for equipment, chemicals, gas, all that stuff, right? So little stuff like that can change the game for you. But it all comes from being around people who believe in possibilities, being around people who are action takers. This is something that is hard for guys to understand and take the leap on. Why? Because if you come to WashCon, you got to pay. Oh, you got to travel. Yes. Yes. The magic that's going to happen when you get there, okay? If you buy this book or you get a mastermind here with these rich dudes that I hang out with, right? I'm paying for it. I pay 5-10 grand a year total with all the food and all the events and all the stuff. All right. But now these guys are my crew in my city. Now the bottom level of people who I hang out with on a regular basis are making multiple six figures. And they're entrepreneurs. They're not a doctor or a guy who has a job. They're entrepreneurs who are building and scaling their businesses. Well, and there's a bunch. We got probably 3 or 4 billionaires there, and there's a shit ton of millionaire guys there. That's like the bottom. I would say the bottom guys are making multiple six figures. So pay for the group, pay for the mastermind, pay for the people so you can get around them and pick their brain. And I will promise you, it's not about what's going to happen in 6 months. It's about what's going to happen in a year, 2 years, 6 years. Okay. It's going to blow your mind how this is going to change for you. Honey, can you do that somewhere else, baby? Yeah. Thank you. You're distracting me over there with his tights. I'm trying to talk to these men. You wearing these you wearing these spandex over here, all right? Can't do that to a man. All right. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. Local domination, and it still is solid. Some haven't committed. The local domination course, Justin's strategy, we updated the Facebook ad strategy last year. And I knew you would get a kick out of that. We updated the Facebook ad strategy last year, 2022. We'll probably do it again this year. And then I'm going to go in there sometime soon and update all the chemical stuff. I'm going to plug in some new techniques for the content stuff that I've been cranking on. A lot of the stuff in that course is still very relevant. What I found is that similarly to getting around a mastermind group, a lot of guys, they'll take the course, but they just won't do it. Does it auto update? The course doesn't. No, I got to go in there manually. Yeah, it's going to update for you, meaning when we update it, you'll have access to it. Yes. But I gotta go in there and update that shit. So it updates automatically for you. All right. You're damn right, TCs. All right, guys. Listen. You're good, dude. So, all right. This is a new year for you guys. If you don't have a website, last year, Cody and the team brought me on for marketing. Okay. And we doubled the website profits. I'm just the website guy. All right. Bro, you already know me, TCs. We doubled the profits on the website. This year, we're probably going to double it at least a half, or from last year. We're going to double it again. I know we are because I'm watching the trend on how the revenue is going for January. All right. It's cranking. So if you don't have a website, Cody has a Footbridge site now. A lot of the SEO, we took the SEO from 2,200 users a month to, traffic wise on just the homepage to over 7,000 a month on the homepage. That's not the whole site. The whole site gets 100,000 hits a month or more. I really need to look. Okay. Go grab you a Footbridge site. I'll put I'll put a link somewhere around here to go get it done. Look, because right now, if you get it now, it's going to be done probably 45 days. So now you're into February. You're going to probably launch like late February, early March. So I recommend getting it done. The $199 deal, $199 deal, baby. You got to mention it. I'll put a link right here for you guys if you're wanting to do it. I'm seeing a lot of you guys come through. It's how it is for equipment. It's how it is for websites. Like the beginning of the year, everybody's like wanting to get it done. I wish like the general populace would plan better, because if they got it done in the here in the comments, that link may not work, but I'll put it in the description of this video. But I wish people plan better, because if they plan better, they would have got it done in like September, and then in March it would have been cranking. But like always, there's some guys who want to get started this year, and they're going to wait till March to get it done. And that's just how it is, man. You know, Jim Rohn said something really profound, and I'm going to leave you like this. He said, you don't ask why does the sun rise in the east and set in the west. See, some people want to ask questions like that. You know, they want to ask questions like, why doesn't that prospect buy from me? They really think about it. They really like, and I was one of those people. I would, when I didn't get a freaking prospect and I couldn't convert them, you know, it would mess me up. I'd be driving down the road and be like, damn, dude, I want to clean that apartment complex. It messed you up for a little while. But Jim Rohn says something. He says, don't sign up for that class. Don't ask why is the sun rise in the east and set in the west. It just does. The key is that you have to have enough coming in that it doesn't matter, that you can walk with a swag, that it doesn't affect you. I'm finally in that position. But until, you know, probably last year, you had to walk like you were when you really weren't, you know. A lot of these innovations you guys are seeing coming out are really going to change the game for the industry. Now we're Chemline, we're GF now. All right. We're about to do something this year that's going to put us, it's even more important than this. Okay, so you guys can deduct that. We kept this secret forever, dude. Cody and I would shake. We'd get on a live and we'd want to talk about it for 2 years. Like we didn't have anything, so I'm not going to talk about it until it comes out, until it releases. But I will tell you, the performance has not been maxed out in our world of washing for a lot of things, and there's many things similar to this that we just use and we don't know why we use them. There's no reason why we use them. We're piecing together shit in the shop, and that's no longer going to be the case. This is the first purpose-built soft wash valve. When you put it on 3, that's 3% bleach. You put it on 4.5, that's 4.5% bleach. So it's very easy for employees. And I don't know if I can take this off. Here we go. They're pretty challenging to get off. We made that on purpose too. But if you build an actuator onto this mounts right to an actuator. These holes, purpose built, dude. Look at this. You know how hard it is to figure out which way a GF handle goes on? Not anymore. International Ricky, go to southeastsoftwash.com. They're not in stock anymore, but they will be in stock here in about a week and a half, and you'll be able to buy them. New Zealand, my man. Yeah, Kiwis. Yeah, down there. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, so these will be in stock. We had a first shipment, and we went through those on equipment. And the second shipment is our big shipment. So we're going to be getting those in very soon. But these are very easy for employees to read. When you say, hey, I want 3%, you just put it on 3. You want to just clean some vinyl? Well, it's 1.5%. See? We also have the super V ball that's coming. This is revolutionary. If you're running a 24 volt or if you're running a gas pump, I will tell you that the restriction is gone and it's going to flow more than you've ever seen. You know, the biggest issue with metering valves is the restriction, right? It's the restriction that that ball poses, but that's the only way you're able to meter. All right. You have to have that. You know, some guys use a flow control, but that's the metering is nowhere near as accurate. Like it's not even a metering valve, it's a flow control valve. All right. So these are true metering valves. They're very accurate when it comes to ratios. So the new blue ball, the Super V ball, is going to be, it's coming here really soon. We've got a few prototypes that we've been running. Cody has a video on his channel using the Super V. It is purpose built for high flow systems like gas, booster, with complete metering capability. It actually added probably 5 to 10 more feet using a 24 volt with the Super V. Go watch the video. Cody will give you the exact details on that. But look, this is part of a mastermind. Okay, this is the whole theme of this video, is that we were like, hell, why don't we do that? Can we do that? Well, let's try it. Let's see. And we've got probably 30 things currently like that we're like, oh, let's try that. Let's write a check to that. Let's figure that out. Let's see. So if you're guys like GoBro, TC, some of you guys I don't know yet. Ricky, I don't know you yet, but welcome. Midtown, my boy Glenn. Like they've been listening to this for a long time. They've been listening to the same thing that I've been telling you. But the funny thing is I got to hit you 150 times and eventually it's going to click. Eventually you're going to say, oh shit, I know what he's talking about. It's like throwing a football or hitting a golf ball properly. You ever hit a baseball or a golf ball and you didn't even feel it and it launched? You ever felt that? You don't even feel it. Glenn probably could talk about this with like fishing fishing, where you're like trying to hit like under a dock or something, and it was just like, whew, and it like hit and it skipped right under the dock, and you locked into that. This is what it feels like whenever you get around the right people. That's exactly what it feels. You ever hit with a baseball? I'm not a baseball guy, but every now and then when I would play, I would like hit and I wouldn't even feel it come off the bat. It was just like, whoa. I couldn't do that every time. A lot of time you hit it, it's like pink. It's like a grounder. It's bouncing. It's like, you know what I mean? You could feel it. But when you get around the right people, it's that motion. It's so smooth. There's no resistance when it comes to innovation and when it comes to making money. And if you're not about making money, then you're not about taking care of your family. Okay. Money is not everything, but it ranks right up there next to oxygen. R.I.P. Zig Ziglar. That's his quote. Zig Ziglar. Money is not everything. Money is not everything, but it ranks right up there next to oxygen. I had a lady come to me. She said, Zig, why do you always talk about money? Money isn't everything. I said, you're right. Money's not everything, but it ranks up there real close to oxygen. That's the quote of the day. I love you guys. Get around the right people. Come to WashCon. Hang out with us. Hang out with those guys. You're going to want to be around Elijah. You're going to want to be around Elijah. I think is doing like 400K this year. Some of these guys, TC's crushing it in Rhode Island. I know Glenn Jernigan's crushing in Memphis. Get around us. Get around these guys. Let's create an inner circle at the event and then take it into the private inner circle group on Facebook. Let's create this team of possibilities of people who believe in each other, people who are not going to shit on it. Like, we're not in competition with anybody, bro. Like, there's so much money to be made out there. Now, if somebody wants to shit on us, then we always shoot back. Like, bro, but it's not about competition. It's not because we believe there's a lack. I just kind of like to fight sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I like shooting back. That's part of my personality, bro. I got sailors, chief engineer sailors on both sides of my family. they're sailors for 49 years. They're like, I am a sailor at heart. I didn't go on a boat, but it's in my genetics. And so I like to fight a little bit. So that's, you know what I mean? That's not the competition piece of me. It's just because I kind of like fighting. So, but it's fun whenever you're able to kind of joust back and forth and run that. And we're still able to innovate. Can I be added as a friend, be added to those groups? Ricky, you can join the inner circle. We got some inner circle guys here, TCs, GoBros, inner circle. Tell Ricky if he should or shouldn't join the inner circle. Is the inner circle worth it? Simplified, Jeremy. I'm not a Marine, but I do appreciate you. But I do like guns. Also got something coming out for that too this year. I think you guys are going to like. I do love guns. Hey, Quality Blast, you're very welcome. Very welcome. All right, guys. Key takeaways here. Look. Key takeaways. I'm going to read you something from Napoleon Hill. Chapter 2. Just a few chapter summary. The Power of the Mastermind. In this chapter, Hill expands on the concept of the mastermind and explains how it can be used to achieve success. Argues that the collective brain power of a group of people working towards a common goal is much greater than the brain power of a single individual. All right. Then chapter 3 talks about the subconscious mind. Chapter 4 is specialized knowledge. Specialized knowledge like marketing, like knowing how to get clients, knowing how to close clients, sales skills, right? Some of these things that you guys need to tap into and learn and just become Jedis at them. But number 2 is the power of the mastermind. And what happens is there's a synergy that happens. Napoleon Hill interviewed Henry Ford. He had a mastermind group. Thomas Edison had a mastermind group. And it was just a group of guys who had and believed that certain shit could be done, like certain stuff, like inventing a light bulb or inventing, I think Thomas Edison had like hundreds of inventions. They believed we could invent it the whole time. So think about those group of people and then think about who you grew up around. Like those people were like, dude, I know a light bulb has never been invented and been mass produced, but we the some bitches are going to do it. Bro, if you have a group of guys who are like that, you are going to be so wealthy and so fulfilled because everyone is cheering you on. They're cheering each other on. They're cambering off each other. We're collaborating, and it's a creative unit instead of a tear you down competitive unit. I love you guys. I'll see you soon, okay?